Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we're creating this cute spinner card that I made using the Zanny Zabras. And I'll show you how it opens. I used the end color for this card, and all you have to do once you put it back in the envelope is go ahead and wrap it around the string that's there a couple times, and when the person releases it to read the message, it'll spin like this. And again, all you have to do to keep making it spin is replace the coiling with that. Now, I'm going to show you what I use. Of course, I use the Zanny Zabras, and I use the It's Time to Celebrate on the inside. I wrote a message on the bottom, kick up your heels. Sorry, and I didn't want to have anything in the center, which is my normal to-go place to put the message. However, I didn't want anything to get in the way of the spinner portion of the card. And then it'll basically still give you plenty of space to write your message for the person. And I'm going to show you what I use. The base card is in just Jade. This is cut at 11 by 4 1/4, squared at 5 1/2. You'll have a whisper white piece. This is the one that'll go on the inside. This is 5 by 3 3/4. The DSP that'll go on the outside of our card measures 5 1/4 by 4. You'll need 2 circles with the same image, unless you want to do a different image. I have already colored in just the stripes of the zebras and done a couple of the stars using that same stamp set. And on one side, or on one of my circles, I went ahead and did some double-sided tape that'll peel off. And it'll be perfect for a string. I'm not sure if this is easy to see on camera, but it's just as transparent. It's a bit elasticy, so I would use whatever you have on hand. You could definitely try and see which would work for you, but I did try this and it seems to work for me. And then you'll need pieces. I did a little cute little hat from that same stamp set to decorate my sentiment, and it also comes with double-sided tape. I've already stamped and adhered it just so that we can get to the actual focal point, which is the making of the card. The whisper white piece measures 1 1/2 by 1, and the Just Jade piece measures 1 1/8 by 1 3/4. And you can definitely adjust this. So I left quite a bit of space around the sentiment, so you can make it smaller or bigger, or just change out the sentiment completely. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take out my bone folder, and of course we're going to go ahead and fold our card in half and varnish it. Okay. And as I said, this will go on the inside and this will be on the outside. And what we want to do is go ahead and run both of these without adhering it through the machine with that same circle. And it'll be one size larger than the one you want in the center to give it room to spin. So let me take out my circle dies. I do believe it's this one here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put pause and come back once I run both of these 2 layers on my die cut machine. So basically what I'm going to do is center the DSP onto the base card and then run this at the center through both layers. Okay, and I'll be back. Alright, coming back from my die cutting machine, you can definitely pop up these and you'll have 2 leftover pieces for a different project, of course. I might be able to do something with this. Now for the other one I used the writing on it, but for this one we use the bubbles, and of course you can switch out the paper depending on what side you like the best, and we might be able to create something or a card with these later on. It wouldn't be too difficult to do. So let's go ahead and start adhering some of our pieces together. Okay, so before we adhere the DSP, I'm normally used to just jumping in and adhering it, but we want to be careful with how we follow procedures, just because if you jump on it, you won't be able to adhere this kind. This string will hide beneath the layer of the DSP. And again, I'm coming in with some double-sided tape just to make sure that it adheres properly. And I'm going to try to grab this guy, not too far out, and try to do a layer there of double-sided and another one there just to secure it, because we will be turning it around and around so that it spins, and you want to try to secure it in the center. And I'm not stretching it out, I'm just laying it out flat so that when we try to spin it, it's not too loose and it doesn't give too much. I'm going to do one more on the bottom here. This is the longer portion of the card, and I'm just going to snip the rest. So I did cut a bigger piece. If you're looking to see how long it needs to be, you can estimate, or I used about 4 3/4, not counting what I just snipped off. So I just kind of cut a piece that measured the length of the card, and then once you start adjusting the strings on your card, you can snip out the pieces that you're not going to need. So now I won't be peeling these double-sided tapes off. I'm just going to leave them as is, and I'm going to go ahead and apply, this on the side, my adhesive, and I'm using liquid adhesive. I'm using my Tombow, and as you guys all know, this is my to-go adhesive most times. Sometimes I use that double-sided tape for some projects, but as far as adhesives go, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, other than the dimensionals, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this layer, making sure that I'm covering that center. And because I ran these at the same time, it'll be cut perfectly. And I did use a sticky note to hold them together. As you guys all know, and I mentioned this before, I don't have the magnetic platform. I prefer to do it as is. So I'm going to go ahead and peel all of these guys off, and then we're going to go ahead and attach them to our string. Now I did do plenty of adhesive, and I decided not to go with the glue just because of the string portion. I thought this would be stickier and better to adhere. So I did go ahead and completely fill that circle in with my double-sided tape. And right now, all I'm going to do is basically sandwich the string on there. Maybe in the opposite direction so I kind of know. I'm going to try to align the image, the center of centers, and then just try to press it down once I got the center. And because these are both the same size circles, it should be good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. You're going to spin it, spin it, spin it, and when you release it, it'll do this for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and peel off the double-sided tape off of this. Now, because I was using this double-sided tape for the circle, I went ahead and did some for this, but of course you could use liquid glue if that's what you wanted to go with. And I'm just centering that as well. And then all we have left to do is do the inside of our card that says "Kick Up Your Heels." And you could, of course, add a couple of things to the inside of the card if you wanted to. Definitely personalize it to your taste. Okay. So again, spin it, spin it. So this is the card. This is the one I did prior to filming. This is the card I did with you guys today. And as you can see, when you open it up, it spins, and you can go ahead and write your message. So it's still fun and cute at the same time, but not as difficult to create, you would think. So here are both of the cards that I made. I hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I will go ahead and link my email just in case you want to message me, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a great day.